to the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. When can you listen to the Sister Speak Show? At 7 p.m. Central. Tune in on the go or at your residential. Spreaker, YouTube, Alexa, or SoundCloud. Interviewing special guests that have been blessed and will bless us. Through spoken word and awareness, knowledge is wealth if you gain it. Share this in the streets, in the burbs, anywhere that we can be heard. It's about that time to elevate your mind. Feel the beat, Sister Speak. Come and eat a spiritual treat. It's about that time to stimulate your mind. Feel the beat, Sister Speak. Come and eat a spiritual treat.
My brothers and my sisters, welcome to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. I am so excited to chat with you all this evening. Oh, my brothers and sisters. Oh, I have a special guest on the tour this evening. Oh, yes, we are recording live from Dallas, Texas, Cedar Hill, Texas to be exact. And I am Ayana, the hostess, creator, and producer of the Sister Speak Show. Kingdom Child Recordings is the executive producer of the Sister Speak Show. My brothers and sisters, tonight, my special guest, Mebee, Yodahe. Oh yes, brothers and sisters, when I tell you that, like I tell you all the time, the lineup is fire, it's fire. Every single one of my guests is just absolutely lit. You know what I'm saying? And the Sister Speak Show is lit too. So listen, welcome to all of my first-time listeners and welcome back to all of my regular listeners. The Sister Speak Show airs live and on demand Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And guess what? Pretty much other days of the week depending on my special guest schedule. But guess what? You will always be able to catch a show. Well, what shows do you have? Well, listen, we have the platform. We have coming to the stage. We have the culture climate. We have the tour. And we have the laugh line. The laugh line, yes, local, national, and international comedians live on the Sister Speak Show. I'm just telling you that the Sister Speak Show is on fire. So understand that the special guests who come on my show, the Sister Speak Show, are dynamic, and they are impacting the community with their passions. The Sister Speak Show is a talk show, my brothers and sisters, that will keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged. Oh, yes, we take care of you here. Yes, when I tell you, come and eat, feel the beat, Sister Speak, a spiritual treat. Oh, yes, definitely. That's what you're going to get here. Now, listen, we are a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening nourishment. We don't go dumb. We go wisdom. Look, brothers and sisters, I just got to share a couple things with you real quick. There is something dynamic that happened, and if I didn't mention it, you know, it would just be like, There is a family who finds and rescues their cousin from a kidnapper. I'm going to play the clip for you right now. I mean, CNN Live is reporting this.
Well, a Louisiana woman escapes her kidnapper thanks to her cousin. He took the law into his own hands and shot the suspect dead after he found the man stabbing her. This picture puts it all into perspective. That's Bethany Arsenault in the arms of a family member after cops say she was abducted by her ex-boyfriend, Scott Thomas. But her 29-year-old cousin, whose identity right now is being protected, found her when he heard her screaming from inside an abandoned house. Police say that Arsenault's cousin kicked down the door, shot the suspect when he saw him repeatedly stabbing her.
She just hollered like her life was in danger. And when they heard the holler, they said, man, just a chill went through their body.
Arsenault is expected to recover from her stab wounds. That's the good news. Criminal defense attorney Drew Finley is here. Okay, so now the cousin, the sheriff's department said he shouldn't be charged. He's not going to.
Okay, now look, I'm not going to get into the logistics of it. I just wanted to play that for you. Now, I don't know about you, but to have some family members that will come look for me, now that is absolutely a blessing, because sometimes, you can go missing and then that's just it. But she didn't even get a chance to show up on the back of the milk carton. She didn't even get a chance to end up on that little Walmart, on Walmart where they have the wall with the people who have been kidnapped. And I'm not making light of it. I'm being serious about this. Like, seriously? That is dope. Brothers and sisters, do you have family members that would come looking for you? No, see, you got to start asking these questions. You ain't never thought about it, have you? If you were kidnapped by somebody, obviously you got to be kidnapped by somebody, would your family come looking for you on their own? Would they be, vigilantes? Would they mount up, regulators mount up? Like, would it be one of those situations, or would it be, well, Keisha gone now, and would it be one of those situations where your family is just like, whatever? No, her family came through. Shout out, to loyalty, love, and a militant attitude when you have to. Sometimes you just have to understand when it is war, honey. And they rescued their cousin in Louisiana. Would you be a part of the group to go looking for your family member if they were lost? I'm just asking you. Oh, shout out, like I said. So anyway, my brothers and sisters, when it comes to tonight, I just have to just tell you something. And now this is just me just being very personal with you, okay? Human. I was attempting to look at purses today. And the reason why I say attempting, because see, with it being quote unquote Halloween and everything, these children are eating a whole bunch of candy and they are experiencing problems with their stomach that result in flatulence and having to go to the restroom and release themselves. I'm not being gross, I'm being real. You do it, I do it. Okay? But anyway, so I was getting ready to look at the purses and was met by what was a green shield of, I've been eating candy all day and I'm going to drop the bomb right here by the purses. One of our cousins from the tribe of Issachar, a little Mexican, as they call them, a Mexican boy, just, hey, catted off the whole experience. I didn't even get a chance, my brothers and sisters, to even, enter into looking for the purse. Why? Because I was met by anger and I was met by sweetness and I was met by Kit Kat and Snickers and whatchamacallits and Butterfingers and, I was just met by a whole bunch of candy that exploded by the purse aisle. And the little boy took off, like a drop by, like a gas by, a fart by. I don't know what you call it, a flatulence by. He just, here it is, like, I don't know what, like, a suicide farter? I don't know what it was. And I know some of you like, is she talking about this? Yes, because I didn't get to look at the purses and almost passed out. Look, I shouldn't have to bring scuba gear with me when I walk into any store looking for anything. And the boy just took off and then looking at me. I don't even know how he could see me through all that green smoke. Anyway, I just had to release on that. Oh, my brothers and sisters, I tell you, tonight, those of you who have children and you decide to celebrate Halloween and your children going to be eating all that candy, watch, all y'all. they gonna set off the smoke alarms in your house tonight as a result of all that candy, because there ain't no filter on that, because some of y'all gonna be in there eat some of that candy too. And I'm just telling you. And look, we got all the lights off in my house except for where I'm recording from in my studio, because don't, and they'll still try it. Oh, they'll come to your door, honey. I mean it. They'll come to your door. They can see your phone charging, be like, they home. And the next thing you know, here goes your doorbell. I'm just sharing some things with you, my brothers and sisters. I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day so far. I'm really excited about my guests calling in. I mean, to have the amount of talent that comes on the Sister Speak show is absolutely amazing. I mean, we just cover the entire board. Our guests that come on the show, they have so many different talents, and it's just like amazing. And sometimes when you direct message somebody and you're like, hey, I want you to be on the show, they're like, for real? Yes, for real. You got it popping. You didn't know? But we're about making the known, elevating, stimulating, and announcing on a bigger platform to you all, who they are. And this show is syndicated on Amazon Alexa. So we are international, my brothers and sisters. I mean, we are entering into homes all over the place. Oh, you didn't know? Well, now you know. I mean, it is a blessing to be able to not get to a certain level, because I'm definitely at stage 1, I believe, but, to be able to progress in a way that looks very promising for what you do. I take this podcast, this talk show, very seriously. You know what I'm saying? So my brothers and sisters, how do you act when you have to, how can I say it? What is the thing that just pushes your button to the point to where you end up just losing your cool? Think about that thing for a second. And I want you to master it to where it doesn't have control over you anymore. Oh, you didn't think I was going to say that. You thought I was going to say go ahead and pop off? No. I really want to encourage you all to have self-control, to have patience, right? I know we all know. I know patience is something that is a gift, and it is a fruit. It is a virtue. It really is. So for those of you who are struggling with being patient, some of you may have, an issue right now to where you lose your temper. I'm inviting you to calm down and see if it's worth it. I'm speaking to myself today. I'm always speaking to myself. The one thing about this podcast is after I record, I go and I listen to it and I learn. I learn about what I can do better, and I learn from my guests, because the wealth of knowledge that comes from my guests is just insurmountable at times. And I'm always in awe with what they say. I'm always in awe with their journey. I think it's absolutely amazing, to listen to someone say, hey, I started writing in the 7th grade and I really liked English. And then the next thing you know, I started writing poetry, and then then later on in life, I was entering, essay contests. And the next thing you know, I have 3 books that are out. That's a journey. And, a lot of times in our journey, it can be so overwhelming, if I must be honest with you at times. Our journeys are full of trials and tribulations and triumphs. They are full of tests. And when you are serious about life and you are serious about mastering, quote unquote, life, you will find yourself sometimes taking on more than you can bear. Now, you always hear that, you don't have more on you than you can bear, but sometimes you can add more to your life by taking on more than you can handle. And so I just want to encourage you, those of you who have a little bit too much in your basket this evening, to declutter and to reorganize and reprioritize your life. It's never too late to reset. I posted something on Instagram where I mentioned that the cocoon season happens often, and I'm paraphrasing, that you should be glad for it and be patient because you needed the restoration and you needed to be revived. You know, revival and resuscitation and restoration is, and reconstruction is key in this journey. And if you don't pull over and rest, it can take you out. I'm sure many of you have traveled cross country. I'm sure many of you have been, whether it's the driver's seat, passenger seat, or in the back seat, caravanning, you know, taking the scenic route to your destination. You know, at some point you have to get out to use the restroom, to refuel, to eat, and to rest. You know, sometimes you just need to pull over and rest. And praise God, the Most High God and His Son, the Christ, for the fact that we can pull over and rest. Now, some of you are saying, I haven't had a good night's sleep in a long time. I toss, I turn, I'm having crazy dreams. You know, I'm waking up with night sweats. You know, I'm just not sleeping all the way through. And a lot of times, the best time to get your attention is when you are, quote unquote, still, even though you're tossing and turning. You know, you've been running and ripping all day long, and so now you're in a situation where you can be spoken to. And you have to understand how this works. Recharging means that you need to be running on a full battery. And a lot of you have 2% left, 3% left, 10% left. And you know what is also amazing is that we will make sure, most of us will make sure that we recharge our phone, that we always have our charger, because once the battery gets down to 10% and the phone asks you, or first of all tells you that your battery is about to die, and then they ask if you want to switch to low power mode. So how many of you today are on low power mode and haven't switched off? But the thing about it is we will definitely make sure that our phone is charged up and ready to go. And then next thing you know, you aren't. You take better care of your phone than yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually. It's deep, my brothers and sisters, this evening. You know, think about these things. Now, I know this is the tour and you want to hear some music and you want to groove and everything. And, you know, I hear you, and we will, because my guests will be calling in. We're going to talk. We're going to vibe. We're definitely going to cater to your needs in every way this evening. So how many of you take better care of your phone than yourself? You know, how many of you are more concerned about the percentage on your phone than the percentage in your mind? Elevate your mind. Stimulate your mind. You know, what type of lifestyle are you living right now? Are you not only overwhelmed, but aren't you exhausted? Are you exhausted? Fatigued? Backache? Neck ache? Headache? Stomach ache? Foot ache? Heartache? Where are you this evening with your lifestyle? Now, I'm not being intrusive. I just care about you. I care about your wellness. I care about you surviving. I care about you literally understanding that you are more than a conqueror. I want you to hold on, essentially, is what I'm saying. But how are you navigating these days? Are you burned out, or as most people say, burnt out? Are you? Where are you physically? Could you stand to lose a few pounds? Could you stand to exercise? This is my question. If a dog were chasing you today at your age, I'm just saying, if a dog were to chase you, you're out, la-di-da-di-da, having a wonderful day. And next thing you know, Cujo is looking at you and like, finish her, finish him. And Cujo is approaching you. And you feel led to run, okay? Because it's either, you either going to freeze or you going to flee. You choose to flee. How many seconds? I'm not, some of you I may give a minute. But how many seconds will you last before Cujo gets to your life? No cars, no trees, nothing. Everybody went to work that day. There's no cars, and you haven't climbed a tree since you were 3. So how far would you get? I'm just saying physically, if you were being chased, how far would you go? Now, I understand adrenaline. Adrenaline can give you a little bit of gas, can give you a little bit of flow. You can get up running. I get it. I get it. But how in shape are you if you were being put to the test? You just, you had to make a break. You're at the mall, something pops off. You see everybody running, and you start running because, shoot, you ain't finished. You're not going to be the last one. And everybody starts running. How far would you be able to get to go? I'm just saying, brothers and sisters, you got to be in shape. We have to be in shape. See, I was very, very fast as a young girl, okay? Very fast. Now, I'm asking myself the same question. I outran a dog when I was younger. It was either me, well, he wanted me, and I wasn't, I had made my decision that not today, okay? So I outran the dog, but if the dog were to like find me today and be like, I remember you, let's race, I'd be in a little bit of trouble, just being honest with you. So I know I need to get some things together as far as exercise is concerned. Being honest. Now, see, that was very, very transparent. I could stand to get it a little bit more together, okay? Because sometimes you can forget to suck in your stomach. You can start out sucking it in, but midway through, it's too late. It's released, it's relaxed, and it is there. No point in trying to suck it in now. And then what? How many of you, and I'm talking to the ladies on this part, how many of you have ever tried those waistbands where you have to wrap around your stomach? You know what I'm saying? You got to wrap around your stomach, and, it's supposed to suck you in and pull you back, and you're supposed to sweat off the pounds. Let me tell you, I bought one of those things. By the time I had gotten to the stoplight, I had ripped that whole concoction off. The devil was a liar that day. Look, just do some sit-ups. But you over here about to pass in and out and over and around. That's a whole situation right there. So there are some things that we need to do, and it lines up. Your body's feeling good, then your mind is feeling good, your spirit is intact, and you're vibing now. But some of you, worst thing is to see somebody dragging their feet. I know they on 1%. I'm telling you, there is a human that I have seen when I go to the store, and where I live, you will run into people more than once. And this individual, see, I'm not even telling you whether it's a male or a female. This individual drags their feet. You can hear them coming. Sound like they got sandpaper on the bottom of their shoes. 2%. 2%. Because he has 2 feet. Oh, I gave it away. The person has 2 feet. The human has 2 feet. 2%. I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, when it comes to getting it together, we need to get it together. So that way we can sleep better, feel better, get those hours in that we need, And some of you don't like water. I have never in my life understood why people do not like water. Your body is made up of 85 to 95% of water, my brothers and sisters. Red Bull is not going to cut it. A Monster drink is not going to cut it. A double shot of cappuccino, frappuccino, mochaccino. I don't drink that. But I just like the way it sounds. And it smells good, but that's not going to get it. 10 cups of coffee, it's not going to, there it is. There's that accent again. 10 cups of coffee is not going to get it, brothers and sisters. It's just not going to get it. You need water. That's what, come on, like your heart, your brain, your liver, your lungs, your kidneys, every aspect of your body, your eyes, your tongue, everything needs water. And some of you say water tastes nasty. What? No. No, brothers and sisters. Water is essential to life. You understand what I'm saying to you? The first thing you crave when you go to a hospital after experiencing certain symptoms is you want some water. When you watch a show about survival, the first thing they look for is what, brothers and sisters? Water. They even try to find ways to filter water to see if this water is good and this water is bad, because the body is saying, look, we got 3 days and then it's going to get ugly. Ugly. You hear me, my brothers and sisters? Don't forget to get that water. My brothers and sisters, calling in is my special guest. Everybody, I want you to give it up for Mebee, Yodahe, brothers and sisters. Hey, hey, hey. We are so excited to have you on the tour. Welcome, my brother. How are you this evening?
Hello, my sister.
All right.
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you.
Yes. Well, I thank you for accepting. Thank you. I thank you for accepting my invitation to come on the Sister Speak show.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no problem. I know you were like, who is this? But hey, once I saw your page, I said, oh, I found another one. and it was just like your vibe, your videos, I believe that's your wife or, your significant other. Like, she's beautiful, child. And it's just like, wow, let me have this brother come on. And then when you bust those vocals, and then when you bust those bars, I said, okay, the brother is dope and he's on fire. So that's why he's on the tour, my brothers and sisters. That's why he's on the tour. So tell everybody where you representing from tonight.
Well, I am from Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. I grew up, born and raised there. And, yes, that is my city. I'm from Pennsylvania. That's where I'm from.
That is dope. Shout out to Philadelphia. Thank you. You guys are coming in from all over, so I really appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about, how you got into this whole, because your voice is dope. Like, what led you to start pursuing this passion of yours?
Oh, okay. I was born in a musical family.
Okay.
Around music.
Mm-hmm.
My father is a musician.
Okay.
And a singer and a songwriter. And his mother also a singer. So, her mom actually was taught herself how to read and write music. So, music has always been in my family.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up listening to my father play the guitar and the piano, but mostly the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And singing songs, making his own songs. So I was always inspired mostly by my father to do music.
Wow. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, it is a blessing. It's definitely a blessing, and it's obvious he must have been dope because he passed it on to you because you're dope. So, like, how old were you when you just started? How old were you when you wrote your first song, or have you written any songs or?
But I really started writing songs. I guess probably when I was around like in my mid-20s. I guess I started really writing seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a lot of songs. I have a lot of music. I was writing. I think I started writing way before then. But
Yeah.
But seriously, taking it seriously. Around when my mid-20s, I started writing.
Mm-hmm.
The one beautiful thing about growing up with my dad was, he listened to different genres and stuff like that. So I was exposed to all different types of music, not just, soul music or R&B. I was also listening to a wide different range of music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so
that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that is. And so do you play any musical instruments also, or is it just the singing and the writing and the rhymes?
I play too. I play a little bit of guitar and the keyboard, and I play the African drums, djembe.
Dope.
I do play a few instruments.
That is so dope.
But more than anything, I'm a songwriter and a singer and songwriter.
That's amazing. And so what?
Yeah, I just love music.
Yeah, I can tell. So what inspires you to write? Like, do you write based on your journey? Do you write just, after, meditating? Like, what inspires you to write?
Well, I guess, a lot of times I'm inspired by the world, what's going on in the world, and my own experiences throughout life, and just to uplift people and inspire people through music, through songs.
Right.
It's a gift that I enjoy, and just the inspiration is just the joy in being creative and putting something together and hearing it all come out together. It's mostly inspired by world events, things going on in the world, and just things you go through in life, it's those emotions that you get those good songs.
Mm-hmm.
You go through things, and then, yes, I love it.
I can tell. One thing that when you said about music that inspires people, I think that is the key. I am not a fan of music that is not inspirational, whether you are rhyming, whether you're singing it. Like, if your words are destructive, if they don't build, if they don't point out a low point, and then within that song you provide a solution for that low point, if there's not something to uplift, what are you doing? Like, why are you even rocking the mic? But as we see, there are so many and I hate to even apply the term artist loosely, because I feel like to call somebody an artist is an honor and shouldn't just be given to everyone. But, just that a lot of people who perform, they just, I don't know, it's just, in this day and age, they're just not, it's not about upliftment. It's about, I'm going to get my money and I'm going to say something to destroy my people.
Yeah. It's pretty, it's definitely not, it's popular now, what's going on. It isn't really too much positive, a positive message going on. Mostly it's just about, getting high and some, just some low vibrational type of energy. Just a lot of nonsense and stuff. It's just, I don't agree with it. I see where they're going with it, but it's just one of those things. There's always some conscious artists out there.
Yeah.
With some positive music to share.
Yes.
People like you, and who are giving us the opportunity to get out there, be heard, and
that's,
be known.
Yes,
so
yes, that's
there
what.
need to be more outlets for inspirational, uplifting music.
Yeah, definitely. There, it has to be, but I think, like you said, that I feel like the climate, the temperature is selfishness, is degrees of selfishness, degrees of vanity, degrees of, I have never, you would think that having a phone, there's so many apps, so many different things that you could do with it. Just the fact that you can take a phone and videotape somebody dying, somebody in distress, somebody who is in a life-threatening situation, laugh, not help, not intervene, but yet film it. I have never seen in my life so many humans, what I call fraudulent directors or video, cameramen, if you will. It really is just like, we don't live in a world that is conducive to peace. We don't live in a world that is conducive to people wanting to be peacemakers. We don't live in a world where people want to be, where there are people who want to be healers. We just live it, but I mean, we do have them now. Of course, I'm not saying that, we do have that, but the majority is lost. You know what I'm saying? They're just lost in they listen to music that is lost. Like, I'm telling you, I can't tolerate it. There's no way I could sit in a club today. Not what's popping today. I couldn't do it.
I know. It's very different from, even just 10 years ago. It's obvious. It's like a dumbing down, of the masses, really,
Yes.
And it's really feminization also, masculinity of the young black males.
Come on now.
The way that these, certain artists are coming out, and everybody has a right to their own decisions, but it's a little bit too much.
It is too much. It is, and
it's confusing.
It is.
To the youth and to the children. So it's sad, and it's it is what the media promotes a lot of that mostly. So that's why certain situations in the inner cities and crimes go on. It's because of what the music that they're listening to.
Yes.
The type of music and stuff. So
yeah.
If you listen to music that's promoting violence and degradation of women or so on and so forth, that's what you're going to get as a result. You're going going to get murders. You're going to get, ignorance. You know.
Yes.
So in order to see a change in the community, see a change in the planet, humanity, because music is such a powerful tool for that.
Yes.
It has to start. It has to start with the music also too.
Mm-hmm.
A positive outlet.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be, become more popular. To have something positive and inspirational, on the radios and just out there in circulation on the media.
Oh yeah, and that's why I chose to go independent. At one point I was like, should I go? I was seriously considering, putting in applications, and I was always looking for applications at certain radio stations, but it just wouldn't work out. And here I am, and I'm so glad because, you can't control, I'm nobody's puppet, and you can't make me be who I'm not. And when it comes to certain requirements for a radio station, they have to play that music that dumbs you down. There is something in rotation, and I just can't be a part of that. I wanted to broadcast on TV, and then once I found out in mass communications that they said you have to throw out your opinion, and you're basically here to say what we tell you to say, and that's not me either. And so I don't ever want to be a part of something that tells me that I have to tell my people and constantly have news that sensationalizes and stereotypes and marginalizes my brothers and my sisters. I can't be a part of that. I need to be on a platform where I can encourage you, uplift you, because they're not going to tell you, because the news, what I learned, news stands for North, East, West, and South. So it basically covers all aspects of the world. And then when you have that, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this camera and I'm reporting, unfair news that only highlights the worst in my brothers and sisters. I have to say certain words to describe my brothers and sisters, but to the opposite nations or people, I have to, give words that are comfortable and beautiful and, ease the tensions. I can't say terrorists for this group, but I can say terrorists for this group. And that's just not how I roll. And I see how the media does it. I want no parts of it. There's no dollar amount you could pay me to make me sell out myself or my brothers and sisters. Period, point, and blank.
Absolutely. And God bless you and thank you, for being one of those strong spirits and strong souls that just doesn't give into any, just the principle of residual dollar amount, whatever,
Yeah.
Basically, you're just selling yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
especially when it's devastating. It's just completely, set up to really just basically it's just like psychological warfare,
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely need hosts and radio stations and to just promote more, more positive, more inspirational music. And
well, that's the goal.
It's everybody knows, what's going on. A lot of change needs to come in this country, and there's a lot of beauty going on in the world. A lot of good things are going on in the world. And, that's another thing too, that they need to focus more on those things.
Yes.
And that will create more of that. You know what I mean? Because the people with their energy, with their focus on, is what they manifest. And so it's just why they promote that fear and worry and the whole materialism and negativity. But
it's
all things change in time, so I'm just looking forward to changing, for the better, next generation.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm telling you, because it's serious.
Definitely need to make a change.
I'm serious. I'm telling you, sometimes when I get ready to leave out, and I love the children, I really do, but when I get ready to leave out sometimes, and they're standing on the corner waiting for the bus, I look at them, I be like, I mean, they just look so, it's like the music has completely taken their spirit. They look stressed. They look depressed. They look overwhelmed. They look, they look older than what we would have looked like in our, at their age. Cause I just, they look so much older now. You look at a 16-year-old now and, you think that they're 27 and they're 16 years old and they're sexy. I wasn't sexy at 16. I'm just telling you like it is. Like that wasn't what we were on. We wanted to be cute. We wanted to be pretty, but nowadays it's like these little girls are models and
if they put something in the food, nowadays you gotta be careful.
It's the hot Cheetos. It's the flaming hot Cheetos. I'm telling you. It's some of them flaming hot Cheetos and them taquitos. Y'all got to stop buying y'all children them flaming hot Cheetos. I'm telling you, something is happening on the inside of your children. It's setting them on fire. Flaming hot. I'm serious, and it's frying their brains. And that's why they keep saying, ooh, hot Cheetos, hot Cheetos. It hasn't been a time that I have never been in a store. I'm so serious about this. And those children, they don't run towards no Little Debbie snacks. They don't run towards any Oreo cookies. They want hot Cheetos. They want hot taquitos. They want extra lava hot, flaming hot. And there's something in it, and it's altering their hormones. I'm just telling you, parents, like, I know it for a fact. I know it. There's something wrong with them hot Cheetos. I'm telling you.
I agree 100%. I would not be surprised. Gotta be very careful. Nowadays.
You do. You have to, like, I have a peanut allergy, so I have to read the back of everything before I eat it. I have to look to see if it says manufactured in a facility that processes peanuts, tree nuts, or anything else like that. And if it says that, I can't eat it. And what I have noticed that by looking at the back of these packages, I'm like, riboflavin. What the heck is riboflavin? Nitrate 5. I'm like, nitrate 5? And then I'm like, wait a minute. This is why I had to take chemistry twice behind the periodic table. I'm reading the periodic table on the back of this packaging that says whatever it says. Like, no matter what we buy, and that's why it's so good to grow your own food, eat organic, try to find people who grow their own produce and link up with them to where you can just eat really, the farmer's market and things like that, because otherwise you're eating a periodic table every time you digest, period. I know people like, I never thought about it like that, but yeah, I'm just telling you, next time, just take the time out before you eat those nacho cheese Doritos or before you eat anything else. Just read the back of the packaging and you're going to be like, now, why is it when I make a cake, I only need 5 ingredients, but when I buy a cake from such and such, it has about 50 ingredients in it, and I have never in my life gone to I'm saying something today. I have never gone down the aisle of any store, and when it gets to the spice aisle, has anybody ever bought riboflavin? I'll wait. Has anybody ever bought nitrate 5? I'll wait. Has anybody ever bought Sinoleum and all those polyurethanites and all of that other type of stuff? Has anybody ever seen that in a spice broken up form? No. There is something wrong, my brothers and sisters, today. Because if you can't buy riboflavin yourself, I'm telling you. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, now we're going to switch this up. On to the music. Now, my brother, when it comes to what's going on with rap today and everything like that, I always ask all my brothers this question. If you could put together a tour, first a cipher with 5, it doesn't matter, past, present, up and coming rappers, who would you have in a cipher?
Well, let's see. I would have to say, of course, I would have Jay-Z. You know, I love Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
I would have Biggie Smalls, of course.
Yes.
I would also have to have Lauryn Hill.
Mm.
What else would I put in there? I'll put Damian Marley in there.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I would say probably Mos Def.
Okay, so we have Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls. You said Lauryn Hill, because I'm writing this down. Lauryn Hill. Then you said, which Marley?
Damian Marley.
Damian?
Junior Diamond.
Yes, Damian Marley. And then, who was the last one? Mos Def. Mos Def, right. Okay, so why Jay-Z?
Jay-Z, I like Jay-Z because he's, he's definitely, I like his lyrics. I like his wordplay. He has a really good wordplay. You can tell it, very intelligent person. I just love the fact that he came from the bottom, to the top,
Mm-hmm.
He came from a very, very unfortunate and a hardship growing up in the ghetto in the projects in New York.
Right.
Came up from the streets and to become, one of the major music mongols or producers in the rap industry, hip hop industry. I like his creativity and his ambition as a businessman, his genius as a businessman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Definitely laid some blueprints for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Biggie Smalls. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What did you say about? Wait, before you go into Biggie, what was that last thing you said about Jay-Z?
I was just saying that I love the way he builds.
Okay.
Doing his career.
Yes. Okay. Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls delivery mostly.
Mm-hmm.
He had a great delivery, and he was really passionate about his music. It was just something about Biggie Smalls, his voice, his vibe, and everything. It was just really captivating,
Right.
Very captivating. And he was a great storyteller too, also.
I met him.
One thing about Biggie, I don't think he wrote any of his lyrics too, A lot of times, he used to just get on the mic and just do his thing.
Yeah.
He's very gifted, very talented.
Oh yeah, for sure. First time I heard Biggie, I was definitely like, wow, my sister and I, Stacy, we met Biggie Smalls. He came to California, and I promise you, he was in Cali. He was doing a signing at Tower Records, and we in El Cerrito, California, and we stood in that line, and we met Biggie, and he was sitting at that table. And, he signed the autograph, and, we would, I know probably where he was sitting, he was like, why are they staring at me? Because, it's like, oh my gosh, this is Biggie Smalls. Like, like, hi, like, hi, how you doing? Hey, Biggie, hey, hi. Like, oh my gosh, we listened to all your albums, it's like instant fans, if you will. And it was just, my Stacy got her autograph signing, I got mine, and it was just like we literally stood in line. And I think people now would have said, you know what, we should have gone to that autograph signing because we had it planned. We left school and we hiked, okay, all the way down to the record store. That was a long walk, but it was worth it, to go see the guy who's talking about Juicy, to go see, this guy who we've seen on TV. So, it was pretty interesting to meet him. He was not at that moment as sociable as I thought he would be. He was a little kind of standoffish, but he could have been tired, jet lagged, hungry. I don't know what it was that day. I'm not going to say that he was just a really horrible person. I just think probably that day he might have just been tired. But it was cool that he came and, we got to vibe out. Okay, so Lauryn Hill. Why Lauryn?
Lauryn Hill because of her voice.
Mm-hmm.
She has a very soulful and beautiful voice. One that I believe just stands out from all of the rest. And lyrically, as a songwriter, she's magnificent. She's always, true to herself, and she always says what's on her mind. She's very creative writer, such a beautiful, soulful voice.
Mm-hmm.
A brilliant spirit.
Yes.
She's just so awesome, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. And she's just beautiful too. Like, her voice is undeniably unique. And yeah, I feel you on that one. Okay, Damian Marley.
Damian Marley, also another great songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Great lyricist. All of his songs have a positive message in it. You can't play one of Damian Marley songs without learning something.
Okay.
Learning something positive, and I love that about him. He's also very creative, and he takes a lot after his dad. Being able to create those catchy tunes.
Mm-hmm.
He just always brings a lot of energy, a lot of positivity. If you ever want to, feel better, or get going, get motivated, you can always play like some Damian Marley, music that just, get you going, get your spirits up,
That's
what
good
I love about
information.
it. It's just always a positive, some music, positive message.
I appreciate you for sharing that.
Marley.
Yeah, listening audience. So you heard what he said. Some good feel-good music, get you up, get you going, get you feeling right. Damian Marley. Now you heard it from him, so now you know that it's certified. Okay, last one, Mos Def.
Mos Def is an intellectual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there to, definitely a seeker. I'm into, studying, learning new things, and metaphysics, science, and stuff like that. And Mos Def always had provided that for me. Like, he always had like a little bit higher intelligence in his lyrics and his songs. Was always about something deep, and he was for people, and also lyricist. His delivery was always crazy. True poet, true artist. You could always feel what he was saying. Mos Def was awesome performer.
Mm-hmm. yeah, oh yeah.
Man, I love that album.
Talib is dope too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Talib Kweli is dope. I like his voice. When I listen, I like listening to him rap. You know, my husband and I had gone to a quote unquote Christian rap concert, and I put that in quotations, with Bizzle. They had No Malice, and he used to be a part of the Clips. Had a guy by the name of Gemstone, and they had a couple other rappers. And you know, when No Malice got up there, like, his bars were, I felt him the most out of anybody else who was up there. And that's no disrespect to Bizzle or anything else. I'm not saying that Bizzle doesn't have bars or, you know, doesn't come through with some fire every now and then. But it was just something about No Malice and his journey, you know, him sharing, you know, how he got to where he is now. And it's just the switch up in his lyrics. It was, like I said, you know, there's some people who can really rock the mic, and they can just grab you just from the moment that they touch it. They open their mouth. You know that they're going to keep you from beginning, middle to end with what it is that they're saying. And, you know, I think a good performance first starts with a solid foundation. And I just think that everything else will manifest, you know, good vibes, good energy. You know, I've been to several concerts. I've seen a lot of people perform. And in this day and age, you know, you can't get me to come to any concert or anything unless, you know, I know for sure that I'm going to leave feeling better than when I arrived. And now you can always get me to go to a jazz concert, because I really, really like jazz. Oh, gosh, all day long. But enough about me. Now, brothers and sisters have been waiting. They want to hear something from you. They want to hear just a little, you know, whatever you want to share. You know, we love the fire. I have already contacted the fire department. They're waiting outside because we know about the Sister Speak show. I know there's going to be some fire that's coming through, but I just, you know, would like to know if you would just, you know, share your gift with the brothers and sisters. Let them hear why you're so dope, if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so is this piece something that has a title? Because, you know, I got to properly introduce you before you come to the stage on the tour.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm going to do this one song that I wrote. It's like a ballad. It's called Life Goes On.
Wow.
And so, you know, I write the pop songs. I do all types of music. I do R&B. I do pop songs. You know, so I just soul music, roots music, alternative. I just do it all, whatever I feel in my heart. You know, that's what I write.
Right.
Yeah, but this song right here, it's you know, a song that I was thinking of when I was thinking of my children and myself, and thinking of something uplifting to share.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna set this up while you get everything together, and this is called Life Goes On, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, you know, it has been a special treat thus far to have my brother come to the tour and share who he is. You've heard us vibe. You've heard the energy. You've heard his musical background, why he got started. You know, you've listened to this brother share who he would put in his top 5 in his cipher. And you can pretty much see that this brother is absolutely dope. So, brothers and sisters, I thank you for your Oh, you're welcome. My brothers and sisters, I thank you for your patience, and I thank you for allowing this brother to come to the stage on the tour. Brothers and sisters, coming to the stage is Mebee, Yodahe with Life goes on. Let's give him a round of applause. Take it away, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everybody. So glad to be here. It's awesome to be here on the show. And hope you guys enjoy this song. And it's Mebee Yodahe music. Yes. All right. It goes. Life goes on. We can't keep suffering from the past. Life goes on. Nothing on earth was made to last. Life goes on. Your greatest dreams live in your grasp. Life goes on. Let's have a good time. Let's dance and laugh. It's a windy road that we all must go. And where it ends, no one here ever knows. Like the galaxies and stars that glow. Not everything was meant for us to control. Follow your heart and empower your soul. 'Cause life goes on. Oh yes, 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 stand up straight, don't you wait, seize the moment, don't hesitate, be creative, your life's important, with no pain there's no gain, with no guts there's no glory. I had to struggle and strive, no one else would do it for me. It's okay if you cry, let it flow, tears are healing. I'll be your friend by your side, 'cause I care how you feeling. Don't live your life in a lie, stay true to what you believe in. Good things will come in due time, stay focused and keep succeeding, 'cause the life goes on. Don't wait, seize the moment, life goes on. Be creative, your life's important, life goes on. With no guts, there's no glory, life goes on. No one else would do it for me, life goes on. It's okay, tears are healing, life goes on. 'Cause I can't how you're feeling, life goes on. Yes.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh my, brothers and sisters, Mebee Yodahe, brothers and sisters. Don't you even. And the nominee for Best New Song and New Artist is Brother Yodahe, brothers and sisters. One more time. We have a double applause on the Sister Speak Show. Because, honey, life does go on. Don't you feel it? Yes. It does go on. That is so beautiful. I feel good. I'm not even lying. Like, I feel better. I feel good. Like, that was beautiful. Like, the words, the melody, the harmony, the intention, the intensity, the urgency to understand that life does go on and that there are some things that happen in our life that will weigh us down, but yet and still, life goes on. And it's so funny that you even have that title, because that's something that my mother is always saying. Like, when my husband will say, "Mother-in-law, how are you feeling today?" Life goes on, you know, and
that's right.
And that's just so amazing. And, you know, and also because my mother is, you know, recently has become a widow. And so, you know, I can understand why she also says that. So to hear to hear that song is just like, brothers and sisters, this song has to go international. Okay? This song right here needs to be heard all over. I believe that we need it. This needs to happen. This needs to happen, because there are more people. I do believe there are more people that want to be healed, that want to be encouraged, and want to be told that life goes on and that it gets better. And a lot of people relate to music. And so for that message to be in the music, I can just only imagine how many young ears, middle-aged ears, and even golder ears, I don't say older, I say golder ears would, you know, need to hear that, because, gosh, man, there's so many people that are overwhelmed. That song was really beautiful, and I appreciate you for executing it and sharing it with my listening audience. You know, the one thing I like about the Sister Speak show is not only are we live, but we're also on demand. And so this one thing I know about my show is it's played over and over and over again. So this song is going to be heard a lot. Just need you to know that. So since we know that it's, oh no, of course, no problem. Like, so since we know that it's going to be heard a lot, the next thing is people are going to want to know how to get in touch with you. They're going to want to know how many social media platforms that you have available for them, and, you know, what's your handle. They're going to want to know, you know, are you going to be performing anywhere, or what's your next step as far as being an independent artist. So first off, let's get all of your social media information.
Mainly I'm on Instagram at Mebee Yodahe, and that's Mebee Yodahe, Mebee Yodahe, and that's my heart name, and it means the gift that God knows.
Wow.
That's what my name means, the gift that God knows. So you can reach me at Mebee Yodahe on Instagram, and also at Mebee Yodahe on Facebook, and also Mebee Yodahe Music on Facebook. And I also have a YouTube, and it's Mebee Yodahe as well. I'll be in the studio recording soon some singles, and I'll be having a mixtape coming out.
That's what's up.
A lot of great things coming up. A lot of great things. I'm just really looking forward to sharing what I have to offer. You know,
that's what's up. Big ups. No, big ups. Now, look, sisters, because I always have to say this. Look, stay out his direct message. Keep it professional. Keep it about the music. Don't be trying to use some excuses talking about I don't rarely do this, but I don't want to hear. Look, have your stuff together when you holler at this brother. Make sure that it's legitimate, but make sure that you all recommend this brother to come and be a part of your event. I really cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what's to come. And you know what, brothers and sisters? He was on the Sister Speak show. Remember that. He is on the tour on the Sister Speak Show. Remember that he's here first. I'm sure he's done some other things, but I'm just telling you, on the Sister Speak Show, you better remember where you heard this voice first. You better remember who you heard the first interview from. Like, I'm not saying that you haven't been interviewed or anything, but you just better remember that he came through the Sister Speak Show. Okay?
It's a historical moment.
It is a historical moment. So then when you see him accepting a Grammy, or when you see him off doing his thing, popping on Instagram all over the Explorer page, when you see him really out there doing it, all, international, you better remember that you were blessed and honored, okay, to hear this brother come on the tour. I mean, you can go to his Instagram page and see what I'm talking about. Okay, there's this one particular video where you were rapping and singing, and like I said before, I was like, oh my gosh. It's fire. So brothers and sisters, don't let me tell you about it only. You check it out for yourself. And then once you check it out, you go tell somebody else to check it out. Send love this brother's way. I don't know about you, but I like to grow my audience organically. Somebody said to me the other day, actually today, they were like, oh, wow, you need to get your followers up. And I was like, my following comes as they come, and they go as they go. I am here to do what I do. And I want, like I have said, I want my journey to be organic. I cannot go from having 500 plus followers and then tomorrow now I've got 10,000. Come on. I'm not trying to put a weave on my Instagram page. Okay? I'm not trying to have followers injections in my Instagram page, brothers and sisters. I want my page to look natural. I ain't getting my page's nose done, eyes done. I ain't doing nothing to my page but growing. And if you follow, you follow. If you don't, you don't. But guess what? I know I got more followers than 500. They just haven't clicked the follow button. But I guarantee that more people are looking at my page than the 500 that are on my page. How y'all doing? So, that's just what it's about. It's about, for me, getting a top post. It's about who my 500 people are. And I love all of the people.
That's true.
It's about who they are. It's about the substance. I could buy it, but then what? What if a great opportunity comes my way, and let's just say that the sponsor or whoever the opportunity holder is, comes to my page and they want to look at my following. And let's just say the condition is she cannot have a false following. And now here I am at 757,000 people. I don't know that many people, first off. Okay. And that many people don't know me, first off. So, and let's just say that's the deal breaker. Now I've missed out on the opportunity because I tried to microwave it instead of putting it in the crock pot and letting it slow cook all day so it could be tender and fall off the bone. Uh-oh. We cooking today. Oh my gosh. So my brother, you're going to be in the studio. You said you've got a mixtape that's coming out. And so are you going to put out the advertisement so my brothers and sisters will be able to, follow you and purchase? And are you going to try to get on iTunes, SoundCloud? Like where are you going with your brand next?
Right. I also have clothing coming out. I am an artist. I draw too as well. I paint and build. I love the scope and the nature. I just love the organic, natural life. Becoming one with nature.
Yes.
Back to the source. I believe that we're all one. I don't believe in separatism. I don't believe in divisions. I don't believe in I don't care who you call God or what you call God. I just believe that, we're all one, what I mean? And I have some clothing coming out.
Okay.
I also have, I'll be in the studio. I have a mixtape coming out soon. You'll be able to download that on all of the digital download stores.
Okay, perfect.
Stores. Also, a website that's being worked on. Maritime Enterprises. Maritime Enterprises is a company, family business. Me and my wife and other family members and friends. And it's just like an umbrella corporation. With also dealing in import, export, and things like that. But you'll also be able to see, hear my music, and watch videos at their website too as well.
Okay.
You'll be able to download songs and material products.
Yeah.
Got a lot of things going on, a lot of great things.
Oh yeah,
great products.
Okay, perfect. You do it all. Like I said, brothers and sisters, got a Renaissance brother on here now. I mean, this brother does it.
I got a coffee company coming too. Excuse me.
Okay, wait.
I got a coffee company coming too.
Okay, wait.
Yodahe Coffee Company. And our coffee is being imported from Ethiopia, where my wife is from.
Wow.
So look forward to that too. You coffee connoisseurs out there. So we got a lot going on. We got music, we got coffee. You know what I mean? Inspirational and uplifting, empowering projects coming out.
Wow, that is amazing.
Glad to be able to share these gifts. Have the opportunity.
Yeah, like I'm over here. Like now, see, it's so funny because when I do my interviews. And when you all are speaking, sometimes you say stuff, and I'll just be looking at the phone like, what? Like, I did not know that you had some coffee coming out. Like, that is like, you are doing it all. You understand me?
Yes, coffee, the import, exporting, mainly like, spices and frankincense and incense.
That's amazing.
Sacred oils. And mostly the coffee too as well.
Definitely want to connect with you on the oils. I was just telling my husband about the oils.
That's oils, one of my favorite oils. It's one that they call that the king of oils. Very powerful medicinal properties and healing powers. The frankincense oil that comes from Ethiopia, Somalia area, different species around, but from ancient times. Always extracted from, Africa. That was, one of the gifts that the three wise men brought baby,
yes,
and everything too as well.
Yes. Yes, that's why I was just listening.
We'll be importing that from Ethiopia as well with the coffee. And for all of you that don't know, coffee originated in Ethiopia as well.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
Yes, it did.
I did not know that. Oh, my gosh.
From Ethiopia, it spread throughout the world, from merchants coming. In the beginning times, it was banned. But the legend has it that there was a goat herder in the mountains of Ethiopia. And his herd of goats came across these berries. And when they ate the berries, they got, excited. And, they got real energetic and started acting, funny and silly and crazy. And jumping around, running around, kicking and stuff. And he's like, Dad, what got into these goats? And, he grabbed his berries and he figured it was something in there. And it was obviously coffee beans, coffee berries. And then he made a brew out of it. And then and then it became a part of some major, like the most ideal focal point of the Ethiopian culture is coffee.
That's amazing.
We're also starting a travel agency too, short-term lease condominiums or guided tours in Ethiopia as well for people who are looking to go back to their motherland and have a good time and feel safe and have a guide as well. And so that's another aspect of our business, Maritime Enterprises.
Brothers and sisters, you are listening to the lifestyles of the rich and famous with Brother Yodahe and his several enterprises that have capitalized and monopolized, and you can get everything from him and his wife. Okay, let me just run this down. Travel agency. Yeah, no, and you know what? That's dope. My hat is off to you. I don't wear a hat. Let me say, my salute to you because of the drive, the determination, the building of the brand, the expansion of the brand, the business mindedness of it, and being a boss. That's what you and your wife are. You're like bosses because you guys are making some major international moves. And what better way, brothers and sisters, since we are syndicated on Amazon Alexa, to hear this news and know that we have a contact, because all over the world you'll be able to deal with my brother and his wife. And if you're interested in touring to Africa, to Ethiopia, they've got that set up, okay? If you are interested in getting some oils, some frankincense, they've got that coming. If you're interested in some clothing, that's on the way. If you're interested in a feature, he's already ready and available. If you are, what else? If you're looking to get a jet, he's got a jet. If you're looking for a football field, he has a football field. If you are looking for, if you are looking for connections on Wall Street, he's got that. This brother's got it all. If you want to buy,
you better invest in that medical marijuana. I tell you that. Yes, how about that?
And
everybody out there, you got a couple dollars to invest. Don't miss out.
and he's got some good stock tips. He has the tips on the healing herb.
Canada's about to, legalize, the whole country, man. It's going to be major. America's going to do that.
And you heard it. He's also got the tips on how you can kick the pharmacy in the rear and get on board with some medicinal marijuana, as he has said. He's got the link on that too. Now people are like, is she conducting a drug transaction on her show? No, I'm not. But because people can get sensitive. That's not what this is, brothers and sisters. We are keeping it 100%. We're having a grown folks conversation. So don't start clutching your pearls now, because let somebody leave a microphone underneath your bed and catch some of your conversations that you have. Okay.
It's a big. The green plant, the green herbs, as it says in the scriptures, will be the healing of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High put those all that we need to heal us and regenerate and become well and regenerate ourselves and have that vitality that we need. It's in the herbs, it's in the plants.
I agree.
And the cannabis is basically the king of those herbs.
It is. It is.
So many numerous beneficial children. There's so many lives that is saving. It kills cancer, kills tumors.
Stops the seizures.
Therapy is, oh my goodness. The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, it stops seizures.
The reprogramming and re-informing, properly educating the masses, the people about the truth of this and the beauty and the amazing and miraculous healing properties of not only the cannabis, but all of the plants.
Oh, yes. Definitely. I agree because, before we end this show, one thing I have to say just in to ride that on home, brothers and sisters, the pharmaceutical companies do not care about you. Yes. Next time I want you, this is homework for you, brothers and sisters. I want you to Google the medical association sign. I want you to look at what the symbol is for the pharmaceutical companies when they have it on medicine. I want you to look at those two snakes that are intertwined with that sword, and I want you to try to understand, why would that be the symbol for the pharmaceutical companies? They do not care about your body. They only want your dollar. That's why the doctors are always, filling out prescriptions. That's why it is a multi-billion-dollar industry. But you and I both know that when you watch commercials where you see Karen, Jill, and Helen, swinging, walking through the park and walking on the beach, and it's medicine. It's a commercial for depression. And they've got these women trying to come out of depression with supposedly on this medicine. But then you hear this wonderful lullaby music being played while they tell you these death symptoms that come about, that you have. It's not, they list all these side effects that come with this medicine while playing soothing music. Okay. That's the trickery and the, effery that comes with the pharmaceutical companies. And this is how they know that these side effects are happening. What happens is, you take the medicine, they give it to you, this is some new medicine that came out here, try it, it's supposed to be really good. You take it home, you take it home, you try it, and you get sick. And then what happens is you go to the emergency room. When you go to the emergency room, the nurse asks you, well, what's wrong with you? What are your symptoms? And you give them your symptoms. And then they say, tell us on a level of 1 to 10 where your pain is. You tell them that. Then they write, they're taking the data, they put it down on the medical chart, and they send it off to the people who are making the medicine. And that's how they're able to then tell you what happens to people. Some people have reported. Well, who did they report this to? They reported it to the ER. They reported it back to their doctor. They are all intertwined into making money off of your ignorance, brothers and sisters. And that's how people become pill heads, prescription heads. And that's how they become completely dependent upon taking these prescription pills when you could eat your way into health. You could eat your way into being healthy, brothers and sisters. Your medicine is in the organicness of life. It's in the food. It's in the berries. Listen, brothers and sisters, the best thing, let me tell you, your medicine is in, number one, you can buy frozen fruit. I read this. You can, go to a Whole Food store, buy you some frozen fruit. That's medicine right there. Get you some frozen vegetables. That's medicine right there. Take the time out not to be ignorant, but to be informed so you can stop being dependent upon this medicine and take these people, really take away from their pockets because they don't care about you. Brothers and sisters, they don't care about you. Oh, thank you for...
I literally remember when it started to, the campaign really just exploded,
Yeah.
When, they started coming on TV, there's commercials, and they would have the side effects, and I was just completely dumbfounded with it. Like, I was confused.
Right.
I was very confused. I didn't understand.
Right.
I was confused. Like, it was like a shock almost. To me, I couldn't understand why they were even allow it, and it could potentially do these things. How could it possibly even be? Why are you marketing it? How could they? I really couldn't understand it. And that was like at a moment where it was just the audacity, just
right,
way out of pocket. And it's, I don't even think a lot of children weren't even born. They were born when it was already in full fledged. The media campaign had already just exploded. But there was a time before then, and it wasn't that. At least it wasn't known.
Right.
It wasn't publicly advertised.
Right.
It wasn't publicly advertised like that commercial.
It's right in your face.
You gotta be careful. The best thing to do is, to eat, a plant-based diet,
Yes.
vegetarian, vegan. Eat your fruits and your vegetables. All the medicine is in there, and the best thing to do is to get your raw fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
Put in food, because when you cook it, you kill the living enzymes in there.
Yep.
You need those living foods, those living cells in there to regenerate the cells, to keep you healthful and to give you that energy you need to accomplish your goals and be your best.
Oh, brothers and sisters, like I said, I think I am really the MVP of special guests. I have the dopest special guests out. I mean, they are magnificent. Can't you? Look how much wisdom we've gained this evening. And just a side note, I was thinking about saying this when we got off the phone, but I might as well just say it now because I really feel led to say this. Brothers and sisters, some of you have children who are taking ADHD medicine. Some of you have allowed people to tell you that your children need that medicine, and it's killing your children. Your children need discipline. Your children need an outlet for all of that energy. If that's the case, I have attention deficit syndrome, disorder. There's sometimes I forget what I'm about to say. I be looking for my phone and it's in my hand. But you don't see me trying to take no medicine to try to get it together. I'm trying to tell you something. Stop letting these people experiment on our children, our young brothers, our young sisters, because what's happening is your child is going into these classrooms with underqualified teachers who do not know how to manage a classroom, do not know how to tend to all of the sheep that are in their classroom, all of the students that are in their classroom. And what they're doing is throwing in the towel at the first sign of misbehavior. And then next thing they know, they send your child down to the counselor. And then they send them down to the therapist. And there's a recommendation that your child should take some ADHD medicine. I'm trying to tell you, brothers and sisters, it is a conspiracy against your children. Your children have energy like anybody else. And if the classroom is not conducive to learning, if the classroom is not conducive to teaching them social skills that'll help them live and survive, then heck yeah, their attention is going to be all over the place because they are sponges and they need to be fulfilled with what should I say? They need to be filled with a menu that is full of things that will better them as children. But if they are walking into a hell zone, they walk into a hell zone daily. And then they have to contend with so many different things. And I'm telling you, if you would feed your children properly, if you would discipline your children properly, if you would love your children properly, if you would be in their lives actively, daily, like you're supposed to be, your children will be less likely to have to be preyed upon by these quote-unquote psychologists that say your child needs this pill. I'm telling you something. You all are being, some of you are being lazy with your parenting, and you're allowing the schools to raise your children in a way that it takes your hands completely off of them. And that's the whole point of it in the first place. That's why for me, I'm homeschooling mine. You better understand that about me. I'm homeschooling my babies. Understand that. Okay, I had to say that. I had to say that. So stop feeding your children all of this junk. And you want to know what's wrong with them. You want to know why your son is developing breast? It's because of what you're feeding him. If you want to know why your daughter is growing a beard, it's what you're feeding them. I'm just being so serious about this, though. Oh, gosh. My brother,
the children, they can't even be children anymore. Now you classify them as a disorder.
Oh.
Kids.
Wow. Ooh.
I mean, I would have had it when I was a kid because I couldn't sit and be still and listen. If I wasn't drawn, if he wasn't talking about some music or something that I was interested in.
Hello.
You know, that's natural.
It is.
I think, you know, that's crazy.
I'm telling you, on all my progress reports, it used to say she talks a lot. She talks too much. It always said Ayana talks too much. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I used to hate having to bring home my progress reports. And that's when I learned how to forge my daddy's signature. I'm just being honest. But then I got in trouble for that, and then I unlearned how to forge it. Anyway, my brother, you know, what I want you to do is send a shout out. Anybody that you want to quickly, before we get off the phone, that you want to send a shout out to.
Well, I would definitely want to give a shout out to all of my fans and followers out there. Everybody's been supporting me. I definitely want to give a shout out to my lovely wife, you know, for being supportive, very supportive of me, and being so strong, and being the greatest mother.
Oh, bless her.
I just want to give a shout out to my children, and everybody out there in the world who's just, you know, striving to get ahead and just focus on their dreams and intent on, you know, doing good in this life and making this world a better place. I just want to give a shout out to y'all, you know, and just stay steadfast, keep your head up, stay focused, and always focus on the light. You know, we can't be deterred by all of the madness that we see on TV or that's going on in the world. We have to visualize the heaven on earth and focus on that, and just focus on the solutions, and we just all one family, you know. So, shout out to all of those people out there, those bright hearts, and check out my sister's website also. It's called Forever Blooming 247, and she has, you know, all natural products like Bed Bath and Body Works products, type products, scrubs and soaps and candles. She makes all of the stuff at home with natural products.
Is she available for an interview on the Sister Speak show?
I'm pretty sure she would be. Yeah, she probably would love to.
Let's connect that.
And she's into making her own products. She's very, very good. I love what she's doing. So
okay. Okay, so we need to connect. I need you to direct message me her information because she sounds like a winner and we want to have her on the Sister Speak show. That would be so dope. I'm really excited about that. Okay, my brother, so did you have a good time on the Sister Speak show?
Yes, I did. I had a wonderful time. It was great. It was awesome. Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm grateful. Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, you're welcome. No, this was divine. And once again, this is how it goes. After we get off the phone, you know, I wrap up, and then I'm smiling from ear to ear. That's how it happens. After every interview, I'm smiling from ear to ear, and then I crash. And I just get in the bed, and you know, my husband decided to record me snoring. After a show, he got me back. Look, he got me back because I recorded him. So he's like, guess what? And he's like, this is how my wife sounds after a show. And I was definitely tired, but you know, a lot of energy goes into speaking and talking and interviewing and keeping up the energy and all of that. So, you know, it's well worth it. But my brother, I thank you so much for coming on the Sister Speak show. I would like for you to come back again. I want you to come back on the Sister Speak show, and God bless you as well. I want you to come back on the Sister Speak show again. You are definitely, you know, I say this to all my guests, you are now family of the Sister Speak show. So, you know, don't be a stranger. If you got anything going on that you want want me to, you know, let my listening audience know about, you just let me know. I'll send that shout out on the radio waves with the Sister Speak show and keep the listening audience informed. But I definitely want you to come back on the show again.
Thank you. I will. I certainly will.
Yay.
I would love to.
Okay, my brother. So this
I'll
is.
Be honest.
You said what?
I would be honored to come back.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I'm going to be honest. I was like, Okay, well, I'm glad. I'm glad you would be honored. So would I. My brothers and sisters. Oh, I did too. I can be honest with you. I can say I did too. I love the vibe, love the conversation, love the energy. So this isn't goodbye. This is just simply I'll talk to you later, and I will send you a copy of the show as soon as I finish getting off the show.
Yeah.
Okay?
Love it.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you.
Okay. Brothers and sisters, there just comes a time. Hey. Isn't that beat funky? Come on, let's just vibe out just for a second. Come on. What? That beat is funky. I mean, it's on fire. What? Derek Ben Israel, Kingdom Child Recordings, executive producer of the Sister Speak show. Big ups. Hey. Anyway, my brothers and sisters, let's give a round of applause for my brother who just came on the show. Mebee, Yodahe, my brothers and sisters. I mean, Yodahe, excuse me. My brothers and sisters, I mean, one more time. He was that good. One more time. Brothers and sisters, the time has been well spent, and I thank you for your patience. I really do. I thank you for being excellent, wonderful listeners, and I want you to hold on and be encouraged. Now, we will be back. I have the Culture Climate coming out for you. Have a wonderful episode of that coming out, and I will definitely post it when it is available. So, November 7th, we have a sister coming to the stage, Poetic Tigress. Oh, she's dope. I have an author coming on. I'm not going to tell you everything. I'm going to go ahead and drop the promo flyers, and then I'll let you all know because there's just an order that I do. But I want you to be tuned in November 7th, 19th, 14th, December 7th, 5th, 3rd, December 14th. I want you to be tuned in on the 28th of November. I want you to be tuned in on the 12th. Excuse me, the 12th. The December 3rd. I want you to be tuned in on November 12th. Yeah. Booking. Booking.com. I'm so serious. Like, the people who are coming on, the brothers and sisters who are coming on in November and December, it's just fire. Fire everywhere. And it's good fire. Purifying fire, as a matter of fact. My brothers and sisters, this is Ayana recording live, Dallas County, Texas, the tour on the Sister Speak show. Brothers and sisters, kiss your wife, kiss your husband, kiss your children, kiss your child, lock your doors, make sure your windows are closed and locked, turn off your porch light, because or else them children going to be ringing your doorbell all night long, all night. I don't know how that sounded, but it came out anyway. They're going to be ringing your doorbells. They're going to be knocking on the door because they want that candy. But just be careful because, like I said you all in the beginning, you end up going to look for some purses or going to some store and get met by the green fog. That little boy know he was wrong. Ooh, he was wrong. Ugh, I can still smell it. Anyway, my brothers and sisters, hug yourself, love yourself. Whatever you do, just don't touch yourself because that's really disgusting. And hold on. Change is coming. And this isn't some gimmicky, cliche type thing that I'm saying. Your season will change. Every caterpillar must emerge from the cocoon. So don't be mad that you had to go back into the cocoon season. You better be grateful for the cocoon season. My brothers and sisters, until we speak next time, this is Ayana and I will talk to you later. You have a wonderful evening, okay?